Hello everyone, this is Dua, and today I will give you the official, not biased at all, tier list for 2021 programming languages. Let's get to it. So first, we'll start with Rust. The reason we start with Rust is because an oversight made it look black on a black background, and it's going to bother me the whole time. So let's start with Rust. Rust is a pretty good language. I like it. It has good tooling. It's easy to get into. I don't have anything really bad to say about it. Like, it's just a tiny little flaw. Is that if I'm already a C++ dev, I don't really care about memory safety, and I find Rust a little bit too restrictive. And Rustaceans are wrong, so I'm going to put it in the F tier. By the way, the ratings goes as follow. S tier means it's awesome. It's the best. And F tier means it's garbage. But it's not because it's in the F tier that it's bad. It means it's very bad. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's go with the next one. Next one is going to be Objective C. And because it's very popular to criticize and shit on Apple, I'm going to put it in the F tier. I mean, F tier for fail, right? Speaking of failure, Swift is just slightly better Objective C, even though I never used it before and I don't even have a Mac. I'm going to put it in the F tier. All right, so next, I'm going to talk about Ruby a little bit. Ruby, just like the three previous languages, I've never used, but everyone tells me it's cool. So I'm going to put it in an F tier because it's at least deserving of the garbage, of the garbage title. So next is Python. Python, what a silly name. All right, Lua. Never heard about it. It's probably bad. All right. Next is Dot. Dot was invented by Google for resolving Google problems, and I'm not a fan of it. So I'm going to put it in the F tier. Speaking of Google, Go. I mean, go use another language. All right. Next, Kotlin. Kotlin is an actual good language. It's too bad it's for mobile because real devs don't do mobile. Okay, next one, I'm going with Perl. So I never used Perl. I just looked a little bit at it and scared me off, but the really cool thing about Perl is its logo. It's a friggin' camel, and it's a really cool camel. Really, props to the artist. I'm going to put it in E tier for that camel. All right, so now we're left with the truly good languages. And the least good among them is PHP. So let's be honest, PHP is good, or rather, was good. If you've worked with PHP for a long time, you're probably insane by now. So you'll agree with me that it goes into the F tier. Next, Java. Yes, I'm going to go with Java. So Java is, for all intent and purposes, a C# ripoff from the past. How does that even work? But it's good otherwise. It's just not as good as C#. Speaking of the devil, C# is the best language. Everyone should use it. Therefore, I'm going to put it in the F tier because all the F tier new programmers are going to start with it. Next is C++. So, as you know, I love C++. I've used it. It's one of my first languages. I know that C++ gets a lot of love and also lots of hate because it's both good and bad at the same time. But let's be honest, C++ is better than most of these languages on this list, so I'm going to put it, yes, on the D tier because C plus 1 equals D. All right. Next, the truly good languages. Except for TypeScript. I mean, TypeScript. It's just JavaScript with types. Who needs that? Okay, now the truly good languages. So, of course, I can't tell you how much I love C, and C just deserves the S tier. There's no reason for it. You totally didn't expect that, but C is S tier, and JavaScript is just as comparable to C in its awesomeness. Everyone should use JavaScript for its projects. So that's it. That's the official tier list. I used no criteria at all. I could have used raw performance. I could have used ease of use, functionality, features, the toolings, the community. I could have used so many criterias, like the problems they solve and how generic they are for all kinds of problems. But I felt like that if I did that, I would be lying to you and be talking about my feelings anyway, the whole video, like some other YouTubers. So I prefer to be upfront about it and honest about my feelings. And I think this is the objective truth. And what matters in a video is, well, objectivity. So there you have it, the official 2021 programming tier list.